Kelly here, and welcome to part 2 of the new animal rescue that I built. If you guys are watching this and haven't seen part 1, definitely go check out part 2. That was the workshop, the cat kennel, and the photo studio, so definitely go check that out. I do explain a lot into detail about how to run an animal rescue in The Sims 4 just using one mod as well. But we're stepping into, I think I'm just finishing up with the photo studio, and then we're gonna go into the vet clinic now, which I'm really happy with how it turns out. I feel like definitely over time we could definitely like make it super pretty, especially on the exterior, and like upgrade it, especially along with like gameplay when we get more money and everything like that. But with the vet clinic, I did just want to make it like in the back, but also from the front you can still see that it is like there is a vet clinic in the back, although we're pretending like in the gameplay of having an animal rescue that it's not like anyone can come and bring their sick pets and get them healed at the vet clinic on our residential small business lot. You know, it's just for the strays that we rescue and everything like that. Now there is like the main front room, which is like the lobby. So I don't know, I feel like maybe for the potential adopters that do have the pets that from our rescue, and if they're like sick within that year maybe, or in a certain time frame, I don't know, then they can come over and treat their pets. But realistically, I don't think that works with The Sims 4. Like, I think you can only treat your own pets that are in your household, which is fine, but you know, we can just imagine, right? But yeah, the main room is the front room, and then that is the one exam room as well, and then we just have like a bathroom, of course, a public bathroom. To the right and the back is like the main surgery room, so I definitely want to separate it again to give it that realistic effect. Made it like super white, super clean, limited. I don't think I put any windows there. I put like one counter, again, just to limit that space, or limit that, you know, like limit that space where it can like get dusty and dirty and all of that. And also in the midway, we make that into like a, you know, desk with a bookshelves and like files, just so we can kind of keep track on what pets we have, and all of their files, and you know what they have going on. The other room far to the left is the isolation room. So it is essential for a vet clinic to have an isolation room, although in The Sims 4 it's not ideally like you really need it, because when your pet is sick, and you do treat it at home with an appropriate like vet skill, they are literally cleared right away. They are healthy like right away. And again, if you guys haven't seen part 1 of this, still go check it out. Go check it out right now, because I do explain this build is from the animal shelter game in from Steam. So I will again link it down below as well. But yeah, so the isolation room, I mean, I guess it's just kind of like for show, but if you want to use it as well to kind of separate, you know, from the healthy, quote unquote, healthy pets in the rescue. But you can totally do that. And I wanted to make some aspects of the vet clinic as well, like needs work, and it's very run down, which is mainly like the isolation room, like maybe because I don't know, I feel like I'm trying to figure out the backstory that I want to do for the sim that I plan to do like the gameplay, but I don't know, I feel like with this build maybe it was brought down like to generations, and over time it's went from, you know, it was like really like run down, so over time it did like upgrade, and you know, it still definitely has some work to do. So I don't know, that's kind of like my concept in a way. So the isolation room looks kind of like dingy, but I don't know, if you think about it, like overall, I feel like, you know, it's not used a lot, but when it is, I feel like it can get pretty like messy in there. But pets are messy, and that's how it is, and it's perfectly fine. But I just wanted to, kind of give it that look as well. But yeah, just decorating it all around with the cats and dogs expansion pack. It's definitely, it has a lot of items for sure, but I was definitely limited on what type of like cats and dogs type of decorations, to use, because I did definitely use a lot like similar to the original animal rescue that I did. Just because, like there's really nothing else I can use, and I still could use those items, but like in a neutral swatch as well. But this was definitely enjoyable to make. I was switching out. I did end up changing that living chair to a aquarium because I just felt like it looked a lot better, and I definitely wanted to put some type of aquarium into this build, so I decided to do that as well. If you're wondering like a few things on if you don't always see it in like your regular build options or build and buy options, I did use like debug items. So I use like show hidden objects, and then also like live edit objects too. So that way I had access to more items for the cats and dogs expansion pack. So that's when those the carriers came in handy, because again, just realism. I did use a lot of like for rents, because they had like realistic like what do you call it, the electric panels too. The fire extinguisher, I forgot where that's from, but like just certain things like that. And then also get to work as well. I did use a few of that, just with some of the obviously hospital medical use stuff. I wanted to incorporate that along with the cats and dogs vet clinic stuff as well. But yeah, so this video is going to show the vet clinic, it's going to show the dog kennel, and then it's going to show like the main hall, like the main event hall. And that is obviously going to be where the main stuff happens, where we will be making our money with the local community and the customers that come, or the donators, or whichever. So I'm super excited about that. And then obviously the rest of it is the main building, which is where potential adopters come, and they quote unquote put in an application. They meet with the animal rescue runner or your sim, whichever, and yeah, and then they kind of just like get to know each other. And there's also like a break room too, so that way for the new expansion pack you have like an employee only area, so you could definitely dedicate certain areas in that building to be employee only, which would most likely be the office and the break room. And then upstairs is like a residential like apartment. Now I made it fairly big. We'll get to it when we get to it, when like you see the screenshots and all. But I definitely made it like fairly empty. It's not very like cluttered much. I felt like when you guys see it, I like the aesthetic of the kitchen for sure, but the bedroom is like huge, because I figure that maybe you can make it in a 2-bedroom if you want, and you can kind of split that up and work with it a little bit better. And there is like a 1-bedroom. There is like a small like little living room with the kitchen, and then like a nice balcony as well. But there's some like boxes to kind of show that it's kind of, the animal rescue is so busy to work on that like your sim who stays there, they're not really upstairs in their residential area a lot. They're not hanging out there. They're just literally using their bed for sleep, and the kitchen to like cook and bake things. If you want your sim to be if that's what you want your sim to be like doing, to like sell goods and stuff like that for their small business to make money for the rescue. I did put a few of the Home Chef hustle pack items, so like the mixer. I did put like a pizza oven, all of that, because the sim I created, I just like had this thought that she loves making pizza and she loves using her pizza oven, and then she has like a huge like cupcake factory like sitting on her balcony next to her yoga mat with like her meditation seat as well, which is really funny. So she definitely, I can't wait for you guys to like see her and like you know, all her outfits. I definitely can't wait to incorporate the new expansion pack with it because she's super cute. And I don't know, I feel like we're gonna have like really a lot of fun with her because she just like fits the, I don't know, she just fits the story so well. But yeah, so yeah, I really went into detail with just making sure that everything was kind of like cluttered and there was nothing really too bare in certain areas that didn't need to be. um, but yeah, like I said, if you are wondering where some of the items are, just make sure you do testing cheats on, and then you just enable those two cheats as well to definitely get those like extra items to make your builds like just have more depth. And a lot of the debug items are like not like there's no money. What am I saying? They're free, so they cost 0 simoleons, and yeah, you're not really spending too much money on it. Um, but yeah, so the vet clinic took a little bit, but I wanted to still make it like bright and colorful in a way. Again, it's like halfway there with like full renovation, obviously. Um, I did also like off camera, I didn't show me putting trees and like shrubbery and flowers. I also didn't want to make it like too pretty because we have a long way to like come and make it look very pretty. So it does look like, you know, there's like overgrown grass and like weeds and stuff like that. So I did add that to kind of give it detail that it does need, you know, does need some TLC and it needs, you know, some work for sure. Um, but coming to the dog kennel now, I was kind of planning to see like how many kennels I wanted in each pen or sanctuary, whatever you want to call it. But I think I made it the same amount as the cat stuff. You will see me kind of going back and forth, copy pasting, because I did want it to make it like the same floor plan and just kind of similar items, but like just obviously dog style. And I did also too make a little nursery as well for puppies for this playpen. Um, and yeah, so that would be nice if there's like if you ever have like a pregnant um, dog, or I don't know, if you just like have puppies, you can just kind of place them there so they're separated from the other kennel. One dog goes into each kennel, ideally, but you know, if you have like siblings, pets, or whatever, and you want to put them into, you know, individual cages, I don't know. But when you rescue strays in The Sims 4, you don't really know if they're like, if they're really rescue siblings. I'm sorry, but I guess for a point of like quote unquote, um, you wouldn't really want to house them together unless they're like really attached together, just because you never know if they're gonna like, you know, get rude or territorial or whatever. But yeah, I added a storage room as well. There is a grooming tub too because you always want to make sure that your dogs are super clean because they love to roll in puddles, especially when it's raining. So you definitely want to keep them clean, and before they get adopted, you definitely want to make sure they're clean as well. So there is a grooming tub as well. There's 2 tubs to your right that you can groom the dogs there. Um, there is a storage space too, just to get that realism effect too. So like a lot of like clutter I put in that area too. And they have a huge dog run that has like an obstacle course. And there's like, you know, toys around and everything, so you can play fetch with them or teach them how to play fetch. You can train them to go on the obstacle course. The main thing was I didn't put too much stuff like the cat kennel because I wanted them to have room to like run around and enjoy. So, and that's the thing too, is like when you're having the gameplay or doing the gameplay in the Sims, with the animal rescue, you can lock fences throughout wherever area. So if you want to limit the dogs from, you know, getting out of the dog run, you can if you like, and only if you wanted to like walk a dog, if you want to walk a dog like along in the world, then you know, then they can come out that way. But and you can kind of like again limit specific pets coming out. But if you wanted them to have free roam or run around everywhere, but not like the cat kennel area, you can do that too. So you have like full creativity and full control on where you want your pets to go and where you want them to be. But it's however you want to play it, you know. But again, this is not like you can literally play around it. I feel like this build is so easy to kind of maneuver and upgrade and change things up if you wanted to. Like if you had another idea and wanted to add something, or like I said in the last video, the photo studio is not like essential. You don't really need it. I don't know how useful it's gonna be or how much I'm going to be using it for the gameplay. So if you definitely want to like remove it and put something else there, you totally could. You know, you could put another little house in that area, or you can even make the main building just like the business aspect or employee only with, you know, you can make it another like event area and then make your house like in the back. You know, you can kind of play around however you would like. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this off here. I'm gonna have you vibe out to the music. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know down in the comments below, and I will answer all your questions. And if you have any additional suggestions too for like gameplay, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear it out. But you'll definitely continue seeing the rest of the build. There is like a garden as well, because I feel like the sim who you know, runs the animal rescue too, they're definitely gonna want to just use wholesome ingredients to like cook and bake certain goods and then sell them, or you know, give them away and stuff like that. So definitely looking forward to, you know, planting and you know, doing that as well. But yeah, I'm gonna skedaddle, guys. Enjoy the rest of the video. Enjoy the rest of the build. Look out for the screenshots as well. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.